What's up guys, Rhino here and welcome to another old school RuneScape video, and the fourth video, which is going to be about one of the various quests in the game for free to play non-members. I've been sort of having to think about what would be the next step, the next video to show you guys and different guides, etc. And I was looking at, obviously, we've got the magic skill, which is yet to be touched, apart from in the tutorial island in episode 1. Now, if you remember correctly from that episode, what you need to use magic and to get the spell up are runes. And the various runes are used to cast various spells, which it shows right here on this menu here, different runes to cast different spells. Now, you can kill various monsters to obtain these runes, or you can buy them. Personally, I don't like to buy them just because they're not the most expensive things in the world. You know, they're relatively cheap, but it's the sheer number of them that you're going to need to be able to get your magic level up to a nice sort of high level that's going to be useful in killing a lot of various creatures throughout the game. As magic, it is a very important and useful skill, and you can hit high numbers with the magic skill in comparison to melee combat when using just the attack or defense stats. So it's a very useful skill to have. And all the different combat levels, they'll have their various strengths and weaknesses against other types of defense. Now, the other method to obtain runes, obviously instead of just obtaining them by killing monsters or by buying them, is you can actually make them yourself, like most of the other things in the game. Now, to make them, you'll be using this skill down here, the RuneCraft skill. Now, as you can see, mine's completely untouched so far, 0 XP. You get the menu here, various levels you need to be to create the various runes. So obviously, it goes up to roughly about level 20 for non-members of the body runes. Anything a bit further down, you can see they're all members. All of these are members, so we don't have to worry about them. But level 20 is difficult to obtain as a non-member. Surprisingly, it's a very slow skill to level up. Now, as of yet, as a beginner, somebody who's not even thought about touching that skill, you can't actually level it up until you complete a certain quest, which brings us to this episode and this current quest which I'm going to be attempting, which is, of course, if you've seen it before, the Rune Mysteries quest. Now this quest, it says, if it'll load up, it will say, no, we're not playing today, no. Okay, well, you have to talk to Duke Horatio. There we go, it's here, right. So you start the quest by speaking to Duke Horatio of Lumbridge upstairs in the Lumbridge Castle. Just to confirm, guys, I am, Lumbridge Castle just here. It's actually on the middle or the second floor, so when you walk straight in, if you go up one set of stairs, you'll be in the floor. Normally, if you go to the bank, you'd have 2 sets. Just go up one set into this middle room, and you can talk to Duke Horatio. So he says, welcome to my castle. And then obviously, like always, you're going to ask if he's got a quest. And he says not really a quest, but he's recently discovered a strange talisman. It seems to be mystical, and I've never seen anything like it before. Would you take it to the head wizard at the wizard's tower for me? It's just southwest of here, and should not take you very long at all. I would be awfully grateful. Now, we know where the wizard's tower is. We've been there before. We went there on the last quest, actually, part of the Restless Ghost quest, where we went downstairs and killed the skeleton. So obviously you're going to accept the quest, so it's no problem. He says thank you. Yeah, he talks about our reward. That's what we do it for. We want the reward. So yeah, as you can see, if you go on your inventory, you've received an air talisman. Now, I'll come to that a little bit later, but eventually you'll need talismans. They're going to be a key part of the rune crafting skill. But if we look at the next episode, yeah, it says you need to find the head wizard and give him the talisman. So once again, it's going to be a similar kind of situation to the other quest. Obviously, we got to go back to that tower. It's more sort of running. Luckily, it's running for us. It could be walking if you didn't have any energy, but yeah, we're in the fortunate situation where I've sort of I stored up some run before the start of the quest. Just prepared it a little bit, just so we don't have to be sort of wandering through this forest a little bit aimlessly. it's a little bit tedious, especially when there's not really anything to kind of do on the way, really. I mean, goblins are probably a little bit too low of a level for me now to actually consider killing them on the way. But yeah, just head to the tower, and we'll find this wizard. It's a few bits of running this quest. It's basically just kind of like informing various different wizards about certain events and certain discoveries. Then once it's all done and you've sorted out and you've helped them, they will then give you access to this like underground mine. Sorry, I'll just concentrate a second, make sure I find this wizard. I think they said he was upstairs. I mean, let's have a look around. Is it? No, not him. Not him. Maybe it's another floor. Oh, it could be that guy. Let's have a look up here. It's probably him. Although, no, it's not him. That's from a different quest, I think. Let's have a look. Let's see who we've got here. Oh, actually, no. I think he might be downstairs, actually. Because the guy who takes you to the mine, yeah, Cedrador. Let's have a whirl on this guy, see what he's got to say. So yeah, he says, how may I help you? Looking for the head wizard. This will probably be it, yeah. So why would you be doing that? We just let him know that we've been sent, basically explain the errand. He says, okay. Yeah, so we'll hand it over. Yeah. Give him the talisman. So he seems pretty surprised and shocked that this has been given, although from my own knowledge there's quite a lot of these in the world. But you know, whatever. So he says the last piece of the puzzle, he thinks, and that he's finally gotten hold of it, and it's about something about a legacy of his ancestors. He's going to need some time to study it, but can I do him a favour in the meantime, which is some sort of task. There's a certain shop that sells magical runes. I have in this package all of the research I've done relating to the rune stones, and require somebody to take them to the shopkeeper so that he may share my research and offer me his insights. Do this thing for me and bring back what he gives you. And if my suspicions are correct, I will let you into the knowledge of one of the greatest secrets this world has ever known. A secret so powerful that it destroyed the original wizard's tower all those centuries ago. My research, combined with this mysterious talisman, I cannot believe the answer to the mysteries is so close now. Do this thing, yeah, that's fine. You're going to reward me. I hope you do reward me. Yeah, we know what's going to happen. So yeah, that's fine. So he's going to give me a package, and I've got to take it to Varrock. Yes, that's fine. Guy called Aubrey. That's fine. I won't need any directions. He's going to give me a special item. And then I've got to bring it back to this guy. So there, we received the package. Some sort of like a Christmas present, but I'm sure it isn't too exciting in that kind of way. So yeah, like I said again, it's just running. You're just gonna have to run again. Varrock's obviously a fair distance from here. I wouldn't say there's really like a quick way. You can go back to Lubbridge and up that route, which is, I probably won't go that way. I think I can probably take a slight shortcut. I wouldn't even call it a shortcut really, but I think if I just head up north, I'm probably going to get attacked by some jail guards there, but you know, I should be fine. I wouldn't have thought they're gonna kill me or anything. But yeah, either that or you can go all the way west to Port Sarim, then go up north through Falador, and then east to Barbarian Village. That kind of route. That obviously is probably even longer. I wouldn't really recommend that. It's just you're really going out of your way, but hopefully I can just sort of navigate directly north, and then I should cut into Barbarian Village and just cut out all of the sort of Port Sarim and Falador kind of part of the journey. So that would be ideal if I can do that. But yeah, you gotta go to Aubrey, and eventually, what it is he's a guy along with that wizard we just spoke to there, who you can go and find them, and once you complete the quest, they'll teleport you to this underground mine where you can mine this thing that's called Rune Essence. Now, Rune Essence is what you need to create the various runes in the game. And obviously we had an air talisman before, and if you hadn't already maybe guessed it, the air talisman is what's needed to create air runes. And obviously there's various talismans that will match up to the various runes in the game. So you got the mind, water, earth, fire, body. I don't think I missed any out in the non-members world. Apologies if I did, let me know. But I think that's all of them. Yeah, there's those ones. And there's different... What makes it difficult is that there's different altars dotted around the world, and you have to go into a specific altar to be able to craft the specific rune. So for example, with air runes, you need to go to an altar which is just south of Falador, and you'll take the air talisman with you. As I can't stress enough, it's vitally important you take the talisman with you, because you need it to gain access. Without the talisman, it won't let you in to the altar. Then once you have the talisman, so you get in, obviously it's sort of, you know, like, it's recommended that you would take a full inventory of Rune Essence. You don't need anything else, so just take 27 Rune Essence into the altar. Then there's like a little stone in the center. You just press on that, and then your character will just craft the rune of that specific place, so in this case air, onto those Rune Essence, and you get 27 air runes. But yeah, like I said, there's different ones located around the map, so you'd have to find the various locations. I mean I can probably remember them all, but I wouldn't want to sort of commit to. I would say like the Mind Rune is north of Falador, sort of just south of the wilderness. Water runes, the water altar is in Lumbridge Swamp. The earth one, I think, blimey, yeah, the earth one's actually just east of Varrock. Yeah, it's just east of Varrock, out the other entrance. The fire one is in Alcarid, and the body altar is actually fairly close to where we just were. Actually, it's just west of Barbarian Village. But some of them are, well, I wouldn't say better, but you see what I mean once you actually sort of try to do a bit of rune crafting, and that like some of them are shorter distances from banks to others. So the ones which are a short distance away means that you can run to and fro from the bank and the altar in obviously a short space of time, and you can keep crafting inventories of the runes and run it back and store them in the bank, and just keep going over and over again in a loop, and you can get through making such and such amount of runes, whatever you want to make, in a very sort of like a quicker sort of space of time. I wouldn't say that it's a short space of time, but it's definitely quicker on some of them than others. And obviously the ones that which are far away are a real pain and quite tedious to do, and it's, you know, it really drags, but obviously they can be worth it, because like I said, the whole reason that you'd want to do it is actually to be able to make the runes so you can level up your magic skill and get your combat level up, and just have that extra kind of option and skill available to yourself so that you can use in combat, so you can mix it up. We'll just quickly sort this out. So we'll tell him that he's got a package. There's Aubrey, just this guy here, he's got the monocle on and the weird sort of rune crafting skill cape, actually, that is. Yeah, and that's about it. He's wearing pretty basic clothes. Yeah, so we let him know we've got the package. So he can't believe it either. So this is clearly some sort of major discovery. Yep, so that's fine. Handed it over. He's going to look at it again. So basically he says to give him a few moments. So you're going to have to talk to him again. It won't do that automatically. You're going to have to sort of prompt him. So he thanks you. I noticed that you brought the head wizard a special talisman that was the key to our finally unlocking the puzzle. Combined with the information I had already collated regarding the rune essence, I think we have finally unlocked the power to... No, I'm getting ahead of myself. Please take this summary of my research back to the head wizard at the wizard's tower. I trust his judgment on whether to let you in on our little secret or not. So he gives you some research notes, and then again, this is where I said, like, it's very much to and fro. So we've just done that massive journey. Now we've got to go all the way back. I'm hoping I can teleport. Okay, that's ideal. So if you can teleport, that's fantastic. So you can cut out a bit of the journey. It's not even going to be a huge amount of it cut out, because you know you can't teleport sort of directly to Draenor or to the tower or anything like that, but it helps. Helps for sure. Cuts out a bit of the journey. So head back there. But yeah, definitely it's worth doing. And what I'm going to do is, obviously I'm going to I'll complete the quest in this video, and then I'll follow up with the next video with some actual sort of showing you guys how to do a bit of rune crafting. Obviously I'll start out with the making air runes, because that's all I'll be able to do at level 1. I won't be able to sort of craft anything in any of the other altars. You don't need to be a certain level to actually enter any of the altars, but you just need to be the certain level to craft the runes. So there'll be no point really in me showing you any of the other altars straight away until I can actually craft the runes. And I feel like if I go around showing all of them in one go, it's going to be too much to take in. So that the other altars will be something that I'll sort of progress onto in later videos as we increase the skill, and I can just do like an altar at a time. Just makes it a lot easier to understand and pick up really if you are a little bit unsure, or you can't remember some of the locations too easily if you're not that familiar with the map yet, if you are sort of like a new player. But yeah, it's a very easy skill to level up. It's just it can be a little bit boring. It's very like this. It's very kind of up and down, like to and fro. Just it's a lot of walking. But like I said, with certain runes, it's not too bad. For example, with the air rune, it's not that bad. So yeah, it shouldn't be too bad in the next video. I'll just give a bit of a rough kind of summary. Shouldn't be too long of a video. The next one, just kind of showing what you got to do really. But you can see that when I right click, there's the option to teleport. I can't use that right now, but that'll be something which I can use in the future once I get this completed. So he's asking if I can help. Sort it out, yep. Give him the research notes. Yeah, that's fine. So he's going to let us in on the secret. Okay. So now, as you may or may not know, many centuries ago the wizards at this tower learnt the secret of creating rune stones, which allowed us to cast magic very easily. When this tower was burnt down, the secret of creating runes was lost to us for all time, except it wasn't. Some months ago, while searching these ruins for information from the old days, I came upon a scroll, almost destroyed, that detailed a magical rock deep in the ice fields of the north, closed off from access by anything other than magical means. This rock was called the Rune Essence by the magicians who studied its powers. Apparently, by simply breaking a chunk from it, a runestone could be fashioned very quickly and easily at certain elemental altars that were scattered across the land back then. So that brings you to what I was saying about the various ones, like the air, the mind, earth, fire, water, body, various locations around RuneScape. Now, this is an interesting little piece of history, but not much use to us as modern wizards without access to the Rune Essence or these elemental altars. This is where you and Aubrey come into this story. A few weeks back, Aubrey discovered in a standard delivery of runes to his store a parchment detailing a teleportation spell that he had never come across before. To his shock, when cast, it took him to a strange rock he had never encountered before, yet that felt strangely familiar. As I'm sure you have now guessed, he had discovered a portal leading to the mythical Rune Essence. As soon as he told me of this spell, I saw the importance of his find, for it. If we could but find the elemental altars spoken of in the ancient texts, we would once more be able to create runes as our ancestors had done. It would be the saviour of the wizard's art. So, yeah, character's not too sure. We know. So, if you haven't guessed, this talisman you brought me is the key to the elemental altar of air. When you hold it next, it will direct you towards the entrance to the long-forgotten air altar. By bringing pieces of the rune essence to the air temple, you will be able to fashion your own air runes. And this is not all. By finding other talismans similar to this one, you will eventually be able to craft every rune that is available on this world, just as our ancestors did. I cannot stress enough what a find this is. Now, due to the risk involved of letting this mighty power fall into the wrong hands, I will keep the teleport skill to the rune essence a closely guarded secret, shared only by myself and those magic users around the world whom I trust enough to keep it. This means that if any evil power should discover the talisman is required to enter the elemental temples, we will be able to prevent their access to the rune essence and prevent tragedy before this world. I know not where the temples are located, nor do I know where the talismans have been scattered in this land, but I now return your air talisman to you. Find the air temple and you will be able to charge your rune essence to become air runes at will. Any time you wish to visit the rune essence, speak to me or Aubrey and we will open a portal to that mythical place for you to visit. So yeah, there's more people, but they're probably in members worlds. I think these are the two guys which I know. I mean, whenever I do, I always go to Aubrey just because it's so close to the bank in Varrock. So yeah, that's fine. Let's just give him that. So there you go. It's finally done. It's a very, very long-winded quest. There's a lot of reading. I've just kind of gone through it there just to kind of explain the backstory of it all to you guys. If you skip the text, it'd be so much shorter. You can make it a lot shorter. It's just the running. It's just purely the running. But as you can see, one more quest point, which takes up to 4. We've unlocked the RuneCrafting skill, which is fantastic. And we've got the air talisman back, which we were given at the start, because that will grant us access to the air altar. So that's done. As you can see, it's all green now. 4 quest points. Takes us close to some of the other quests as well, which is brilliant. I will just quickly show you what happens. Where has he gone? Has he just like gone outside? Oh no. Oh, he's there. I stood on him. Sorry mate, didn't mean to squash you. So if you press teleport, he'll say some weird Senventor Disfin Moha, whatever that was. I don't even know, I don't even want to try and pronounce that. And you end up in this sort of like underground bit. I'm not sure if it'll come up on the map like this or not. No, it doesn't. No, it's not going to be an easy way to show this, but basically this massive rock here, rune essence, so you can mine it. Obviously I've not got a pickaxe on me right now, so I won't be doing this, but this is what I'll do in the next video. Sometimes you'll get teleported into this little middle section, so there won't be a rock here to mine. Don't panic. You can see there's the 4 various routes that you can go off there. They're all exactly the same. They all lead to one massive rock, and that's it. There's nothing else there. There's not like you're missing out if you get sent to one end of the mine or cave, whatever we want to call it. There's not one end that's better than any others. They're all exactly the same. You get teleported to a random one each time. And once you've mined all your essence in one of these, if you just head over to this little arrow here, there will be a portal which you can click on to take you back out, and it takes you to where you originally teleported from. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Obviously, like I said, I'll move on to that in a little bit more depth in the next one. We'll sort out actually leveling this up and getting some air runes so that I can start to think about trying to level up my magic skill. And I'll do a separate video on that with magic. I think I'll probably do a bit of a magic and a range guide in one. It's going to be fairly similar to combat just because of the level that we're at. It's just mainly, it's not going to be really about certain things to kill. It's not going to be anything interesting like that. It's just going to be showing you guys what to do to get your level up, and just like what equipment to wear, like what armor and what like different staffs for magic and different bows to use for range, stuff like that. But yeah, more of that in future videos. That is it for this one, guys. If you found that video and that guide of that quest helpful, interesting, useful in any way whatsoever, then feel free to drop a like on the video. Yeah, leave any comments if there's anything that I missed, or if anything that a little bit unclear about, then hopefully I can clear that up for you. And if you want to stay tuned for the next video, which is obviously going to be showing how to create the runes at the air altar, and I'll show you the location for that. Obviously I've briefly described it, but I can show you the exact location and I'll pinpoint it on the map for you. Then subscribe to my channel and turn your notifications on for it, and you should get a notification as soon as the video drops for that. But that's it for now, guys. Yeah, just have a nice day, and hopefully you will tune in for the next one. See you later.